In this video, I'll be sharing how I achieved Grand Master Complete, and I hope that applying the things that I talk about can help you on your aim journey. Now, to anyone who quickly wants to know, on screen now are just a list of things you can do to improve. Obviously, I'll go into more detail, but simply put, these things may help you out. Like any skill in life, aim training requires time well spent practicing and learning. One of my favourite tips to give is patience. Just by watching this video, it shows you want to improve and reach your aiming goals. And through patience, you can get there. The key point is, put in the hours, be patient, and spend your time effectively, which I'll go into more detail later. One minor tip I have is that if you're short on time for aim training, play a game that focuses on the aiming skill you want to improve. For example, like flicking or target switching. Maybe play low time to kill games like Battlefield, COD, Valorant, and if you want to improve at tracking, try high time to kill games like Overwatch 2, Quake, and Apex. By doing this in your non-training hours, you'll kind of be reinforcing the skills you want to learn, just overall getting a better feel for the skill that you want to improve. Making use of good playlists is one of the best things you can do on an aim trainer. Find out what you want to work on and get a playlist that specifies in that. You can find good playlists in the Voltaic Discord server and in other aiming communities, also through YouTube and Twitter. If you're constantly playing on easy mode, how will you ever improve? Play scenarios that feel difficult and you really test your abilities. Another reason against doing easy scenarios is that to enter flow state, the task you're working on must be challenging enough for your brain to be fully engaged, but not too challenging, causing the task to be frustrating. Kind of like a sweet spot. It seems obvious that we need to focus in order to improve, but often we aim train on autopilot. While I'm sure many of us have been on autopilot and got a new high score, when we actively focus on what we're doing, we may be able to see more improvement. You could direct your focus onto looking at a moving target, really trying to follow it at every step. Similarly, you could direct your focus on improving your technique. The point is that when you consciously focus on the task at hand, it's likely that you'll see improvements. AimLab has a great feature where you can see people's runs straight from the leaderboard. I'll sometimes look at the top scoring players on a scenario and implement some of the things they do in their runs. For example, from looking at passive scenarios, I noticed that people with higher scores would flick faster to the next target. I focused on this and improved almost immediately. I think this works as it refreshes our minds of what we need to do, and you can kind of learn through imitation in a weird sort of way. This is also where technique comes into play. It's important to at least know the techniques like Bard Bill and how passive can be played more effectively and so on. You might not have to use these techniques, just like how Mad Badman plays dynamic clicking scenarios. However, testing out aiming techniques can help you in your aiming journey. Remember that experimenting often leads to growth. Also, don't shy away from asking others to look at your VODs. They can offer a unique insight into things you're doing wrong and areas you can improve. I really wish I did this more. Oftentimes when I don't want to aim train, I'll watch aimers do scenarios or even montages of in-game clips. This usually pushes me to seeing what's possible and what's possible for you too. You have to remember that these people who we idolize seem like they're on another planet, when in reality, they probably experience similar fails and pitfalls to you. Always remember that you didn't see the failed attempts, the countless hours they spent grinding. You have to emulate their attitude, their dedication, and their grind. This one is slightly controversial, but it's something I would do to improve at the benchmarks. Sometimes I'll play a scenario for an hour or more just to get a feel for it, in the same way a soccer player may practice free kicks or penalties, and how like a basketball player will practice free throws or whatever it's called. In my opinion, grinding the benchmarks is a great option to make yourself familiar with the scenario. Also, if a score's within your reach, it can be good to grind it out as you may end up getting it. In addition to this, you should really make use of harder versions of the benchmark scenarios. I know that Low Gravity 56 has made some great playlists with this purpose in mind, and those have been linked in the description. Through playing harder scenarios, you'll find that the original is not as difficult as you remembered. I've had so many great results from using this method, especially when a score is within my reach. So despite what a lot of people may say, just test this one out for yourself. This is sort of linked to when I spoke about VODs, but when you ask other people who have achieved the goal you desire a relevant question, you're saving yourself time on your own journey. Other people who have been through what you are doing can share an important insight that you may have not thought about. Also, most aiming communities are happy to help people who have questions. So again, don't shy away from asking no-namers for advice and tips on how to improve. Just don't bombard the same person with a million questions, because obviously that's going to be annoying. The final point of this video is health. When you sit down on your computer for hours at a time, especially over the course of a few weeks, you could start to develop a few issues. For example, poor posture, body aches and pains, dry, tired eyes, and even burnout. It would be wise to do repeatable stretches throughout the day, sit with good posture, take breaks from the computer, and rest your eyes. I just realised I'm saying all this while slouching in my chair, but it's a constant battle. Also, ask yourself these questions like, do you eat well? Do you drink enough water? Do you exercise enough? Improving these things will make your health better, which can improve the body, the mind, and the ability to play well. Now, sleep. I'm sure everyone knows about the benefits of getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, but for those rare few, I'll explain. Sleep is one of the biggest performance hacks athletes use. Sleep affects your mood, attention, performance, memory, and much more. Having a good sleep routine can drastically improve all areas of your life. Finally, I wanted to speak on meditation. I know most people will gloss over these points, and that's completely fine, but for the people who really want to achieve their goal, this one's for you. Meditation is a giga buff for aim training, or really anything in your life. Some of these buffs are increased memory, concentration, a sense of calmness, increased energy, and improved sleep. There's many more, but those are just the main ones that are going to benefit you for aim training. Lastly, stay positive. Believe it or not, luck is on your side. Stay focused, get the hours in, and stay aim training.